Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So this week's, as you can tell from the title of this video, has to do with changes that are rumored to be coming to Disney World. Now for some people this might be very exciting, and for other people this might actually be kind of sad, but for me it is quite exciting, so I will go ahead and get into it. So let's talk Disney. Stated before, some people might find this kind of upsetting. I personally find it kind of exciting because there are a lot of changes right now going on in Disney. So I'm just going to mention two rides that have been rumored to be getting revamped in a very different way. So a few weeks ago I read an article about the ride Stitch's Great Escape, and it was talking about how it would never really change just due to the way it was kind of made. For those of you guys who do not know, before Stitch's Great Escape, there was a ride in there, I'm trying to think of the name, actually called the Extraterrestrial Alien Encounter. There we go. So that used to be what was in the place of Stitch's Great Escape, and it was just too intense for it to be a Disney ride. Not a lot of people liked it. It was very scary, so they figured that they would kind of calm it down by making it Stitch's Great Escape. However, still a lot of people to this day, including myself, don't really like it. For those of you who have never been on Stitch's Great Escape, it is basically a simulator kind of ride where you sit in this circular theater and there is Stitch in the center of it, and there's just a lot of chaos, and he gets out. It is very dark for most of the ride or most of the attraction, and there's like lights spewing everywhere, loud noises, and there's a part where he runs around and is like hopping on your restraint bars, but the problem is when they come down pretty far, so when you push, it puts even more pressure on your shoulders, and it actually kind of hurts, or at least I thought it kind of hurt. So it's just a very uncomfortable ride. There's nothing really fun or exciting about it, so definitely I knew the one time I rode it that was enough for me. I was never going to ride it again anyways. And that might be the case for a lot of other people, because it has been rumored that that ride is actually getting changed over to a Wreck-It Ralph themed ride. So for those of you guys who have seen the movie, you guys know what it is. For those of you who haven't, it is basically kind of centered around kind of a video game, and Wreck-It Ralph wrecks things. He's kind of portrayed as the villain, even though he's not, and you know, Fix-It Felix is off fixing everything. So basically they want to turn it into a ride that kind of is like a virtual reality. I'm assuming like with the glasses where it's like race cars kind of thing. I haven't really seen too much about it, but that is just a rumored thing that might be changing. The second thing that might be going is actually something I am kind of sad about, but at the same time I can completely understand, which is Journey into Imagination with Figment. I actually had never been on the ride until this last trip to Disney, and I really liked it. I thought it was a very cute ride. However, it is one of those rides that's been there forever, and it's went through many changes over the years, and it's just kind of gotten old, and I feel like they need something new and fresh there, especially because its location is so inconvenient. Because if you're like me, up until this last time, you didn't even know it existed. I would have ridden it sooner, but I didn't know it was a thing because it's just so hidden. So maybe if we make it something, you know, more exciting, people go and know where to go see it. So supposedly this is getting turned into an Inside Out attraction. However, I think I had heard rumors before that the Disney Pixar short film was getting turned into a Inside Out attraction, but I'm not really sure. It would make sense because those two rides are actually right next to each other, so that would kind of make logical sense. However, that is just a rumor that I heard, and I thought that I would share with you guys. And supposedly Figment, I don't think they mean the ride, but the just Figment himself is possibly getting moved to Tomorrowland. I'm not really sure what they plan on doing with that. Like I said, I highly doubt they would make another ride about it, but I do think that moving him to Tomorrowland would actually kind of be good, because I feel like Figment kind of goes more with Tomorrowland than even Epcot. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you guys think that this is a good change for Disney or a bad change for Disney. I know there are tons of other changes that I can talk about and I might even talk about in the future, but if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I try to make videos every week, but I don't think I'll be able to make one next week just because I am starting to move things back into college and kind of get back into the swing of things. So I probably will not see you next week, but hopefully the week after that. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you later. Bye.